I hear the comments all the time, and basically, they're all the same sort of things. GC, you're too harsh. You're too blunt. You're too in the face. You're too hardcore. And GC, not everybody responds to tough love. Maybe you should be a little softer, more encouraging. And honestly, maybe they're right. Not everybody responds to the stick, guys. Some people need the carrot, the kid gloves, a hug instead of a boot in the ass. But here's the thing. I'm not here to try and help everybody. I'm trying to help the men who are ready to change. There's a difference there, guys. Because after years of being in this so-called space, the realm of men's personal development, self-development, if you will, and talking to, thousands of men over the years, I've noticed something. Most men don't have an information problem. Most of them, if they're in the space already, they don't have a motivation problem. They don't have a knowledge problem. What they do have, guys, is an accountability problem. These guys, they know exactly what they need to do, right? They're just not actually doing it. And someone needs to tell them that. And I'm here to be that somebody, guys. You're welcome. Take a look around you guys. The world already provides the carrot. The modern Western world, industrial world, whatever you want to sort of refer to it as, is built around comfort. Comfortable food, right? Comfortable lies, comfortable excuses, comfortable victim stories. Everywhere you look, somebody's telling you, hey man, it's not your fault. You're doing great. You should be kinder to yourself. Give yourself a break. You're special and unique. You're that sort of special snowflake. And look, sometimes it might even be appropriate. But if we're going to be brutally honest, fellas, most men don't need hand-holding, more good tries, more attaboys, and more coddling. They've been giving themselves this quote-unquote grace for years. In many cases, for many guys, often decades. That's why that 75% and growing, pun intended, of people in the United States are overweight, 40+% pushing obese. That's why many guys are broke. That's why many guys are miserable. That's why they remain stuck. That's why they remain average and unremarkable. They've mastered sort of this idea of self-forgiveness. What they haven't mastered, guys, what they haven't mastered is self-respect. Okay, let's talk for a second about a conversation nobody wants to have. One of the hardest truths in this life is this, guys. You're often your own biggest obstacle that's holding you back. The only thing holding you back, guys, is you. And you know it. It's not your boss. It's not that ex of yours. It's not your parents. It's not society. And it's not the so-called matrix. It's you. And men hate hearing this. Hate it. Why? Well, because responsibility is heavy and difficult. On the flip side, victimhood is easy. Victimhood gives you an explanation and bullshit rationalizations. On the flip side of this, responsibility demands action, and more importantly, it demands accountability. One is going to keep you comfortable. The other is going to change your life. And here's something that causes me great consternation and sort of frustration. What drives me insane isn't guys who fail. Failure really doesn't bother me. It means you've taken action. You've tried. You've done something. Every successful person I know has failed repeatedly, including myself. Fail a lot. Still fail, guys. But what really frustrates me is watching men lie to themselves repeatedly, over and over again. That guy who says he wants to get in shape, but hasn't trained hard 6 months, a year, maybe even a fucking decade. The guy who says he wants a better relationship, but refuses to have even one difficult conversation. Or the guy that pedestalizes women that even look in his direction, give him any little hint of acknowledgement. The guy who wants more money, wants to make more money, but spends every evening scrolling social media or jerking off to prawn, right? The guy says he wants a different life while repeating the same self-defeating habits and behaviors. Brother, look, at some point we have to stop pretending. The results, or more likely the lack thereof, are telling the real truths about you. And as I always say, results are the only thing that matters in this life. I think this is where a lot of people misunderstand me, guys. I care deeply about men. Not like that, you perverts and weirdos, but I think you know what I mean. I truly care, guys. I do. Been there, right? Probably way more than most people talking about helping men and then charging them, I don't know, 5 or 10K or more for that same quote unquote help. And I'm going to refuse to tell him his bullshit excuses are valid when they clearly aren't. I refuse to tell him everything's going to magically work out, because it won't, guys. It won't just work out. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to carry your end of the log. No one is fixing your life. No one really gives a shit about you and your problems. As I've said 1,000 times, they have their own. People are selfish. You either build yourself, guys, or life builds you into something weaker. Period. And who are the men that I'm exactly talking to? Look, guys, if it hasn't become readily apparent by now and completely obvious, this channel, my channel, isn't for everybody. Never was. I am not for everybody, clearly. I think, most people can see that. So if you're looking for someone to constantly reassure you, I'm probably not your guy. If you're looking for somebody to tell you that none of this is your fault, definitely not your guy. If you're looking for this sort of endless motivation, again, probably not your guy. But if you're willing to hear uncomfortable truths over those comforting lies, if you're willing to take responsibility, if you're willing to stop negotiating with yourself, if you're willing to look in the mirror and accept the brutal truths, then 100%, I'm your guy. Because that's where change actually begins. And here, guys, here's why the stick works over the carrot. People ask me, yo, GC, why are you more of a stick guy? Real simple. Because the carrot didn't work. The carrot is what most men have been hearing their entire lives. And yet, they remain stuck. Sometimes, just sometimes, a man doesn't need another inspirational Instagram or TikTok quote. What he desperately needs, is a wake-up call. He needs somebody to look him dead in the eye and say this, brother, you're capable of more than this, way more. But look, nobody is coming to drag it out of you. That's your fucking job. Yours alone. All right? So no, guys, I'm not for everyone. Again, if you're at this point of the video, you know this. I appreciate you sticking with me. I never wanted to be, and nor is it my intention. I don't want millions of followers who love excuses. And I certainly don't give a flying fuck about vanity metrics, followers, subs, likes, thumbs ups, and these, pithy little things that I couldn't give a rat's ass about. I'd rather have a small group of men who are serious, men willing to do the work, men willing to hear the truth. I'm looking for men who are willing to be uncomfortable, men willing to step outside of their comfort zones, men willing to become, a word I use often, dangerous in the best possible way. Because those are the men who will actually change. Those are the men who build something enduring, something lasting. And those are the men who I'm here for. Look, guys, the carrot has its place. I won't deny this. But a man who's spent years lying to himself, sometimes what he needs isn't another carrot, right? Sometimes he needs a stick. And I am going to be the one wielding it. Look, guys, for all the real ones who've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button, the like button, and those vanity metric buttons that I said I didn't care about. I do a little bit. But guys, in all seriousness, please do me a favor, pass this on who's somebody who could use this video, somebody who's struggling. And yes, guys, I've had some comments. I use notes. I have to look down sometimes. I can't remember a 10, 15, 20-minute YouTube script. I'm almost 53 years old. I barely remember what I had for breakfast, let alone an entire script. So yes, I use notes. I try not to look down. Try and do this as casual and sort of off the cuff as possible, but it doesn't always work like that. And I have to sort of remember I was and sort of retain my thoughts. So if that bothers you guys, you're probably not this far in the video anyways. So guys, again, appreciate all of you. And again, do me a favor. Remember, critical thing here, live deliberately.